Welcome back. We're going to chat about dosage.
All right. More works better than less. But I always want people to start off with just a small amount because you might have a little detox. Also, maybe a small amount is really all you need. The bottle will suggest having 2 ounces in the morning, 2 ounces later. I tell people don't do that. Not in the beginning, because I did get a phone call one time at 11 o'clock at night. This lady was cleaning her garage and felt compelled to share with me that she was cleaning her garage at 11 at night because she had so much energy, and that it was my fault because she had had some Asea before. So play with it. Have it in the morning. On an empty stomach is generally a good idea. It's not that important. Maybe 5 minutes before or after a meal. That's good. I do suggest 4 ounces. That's usually the minimum amount where people notice a benefit. And try that. Drink a lot of water in the beginning because you're going to flush out toxins. And if you're not noticing improved mental clarity, better sleep, just being in a better mood, or having more energy within 3 days of having those 4 ounces every day, have more. Have 6 ounces on the 4th day and 8 ounces on the 5th day, and just play with it. You can never have too much. I drink an entire bottle a day. Not that I'm suggesting that, but for me, it's just I get to be the best version of me when I have a lot of this. And what else? The taste. You can kind of go by the taste of to guide you. So if it tastes really bad, you need more. If it tastes like water, then you're pretty good. If it tastes like water, then you have a really good homeostasis, a really good balance of these reductants and oxidants. That's how we got the word redox. So we have the RED for reductants and the OX from the oxidants. You want that balance. And when it's balanced, it's going to taste like water. And if it's imbalanced, it could taste kind of yucky. And it just means that you need some. Your body's trying to make it, but as you get older, you're making less and less and less of it. So this just replenishes what should be in your body. And people will say, oh, it kind of tastes like swimming pool water. That's what a lot of people say. That means they've got inflammation in their body. If it tastes like metal, you have an infection. If this pulls out the toxins, and you might have the flavor of whatever the toxin is. So somebody the other day thought that there had to be ammonia in there. I'm like, no, there's definitely not ammonia, but that's what he tasted, and actually that's what he smelled like. The ammonia ick was coming out of his skin. And I said, do you work with pesticides or do you work with herbicides? And he did. So it pulls stuff out. You might taste that. When it tastes like water, you're in good balance. So you can just kind of wake up and see what it tastes like. If it tastes really awful, you need more that day. But just play with it. Do what your intuition guides you to do.
And we can't overdose.
You can never overdose. More is always better. This is not. It's not really a supplement. A supplement is something that you're adding to your body, but you're not making it. This is a bio replenishment. Your body should be making it. You're just not making enough as you get older. And so older people are going to want more in general than younger people. If you're more than 50 years old, generally the sweet spot is 8 ounces a day, just because your mitochondria aren't making as much as you used to.
That's right. So every year we lose 1% of our redox.
Beyond puberty. Yep. Once we get into our 20s, it goes down, 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 down. And also, if you're an athlete and you want to perform really, really well, have some right before you perform. Or compete, and then also have some after your event, because then you're going to recover faster.
And what if you have an injury, like you have a broken leg or something going on?
Yeah. So if you've got something like that and you want to recover fast, have a lot at that time, and then once you're recovered, then you can taper down again. So an example is my dad broke his arm. He needed surgery, and I made him drink an entire bottle the day before his operation and an entire bottle right after his operation. And they put him in a cast, and he's not the most compliant kind of guy. And a few days after the surgery, in the middle of the night, he takes the cast off, which infuriates my mother. And she said, you get back to the hospital and you get a cast on, and you don't play around with this, and you do what the doctors say. And this was supposed to take many, many weeks of being in the cast, and then also followed with physical therapy. So he went back to the hospital, and they're like, no, you don't need the cast, and you don't need physical therapy. It just helps you heal so much faster.
Yes. How much faster? Isn't there?
Gary Samuelson is our medical atomic physicist. There's only 9 people in the world who have his credentials, and he says that you will heal 7 to 10 times faster if you replenish with the Asea.
And if we're using it, I hear what you're speaking to about the drink. If we're using it topically as well as the gel, does that make a difference with dosage?
Well, if so, the gel heals you from the outside in. The drink heals you from the inside out. The gel is more concentrated. It is going to work faster than the drink. But if you have a systemic issue going on, you're going to want the drink too. Hit it from every direction that you can. But if you're having a lot, if your knees hurt and you might put the gel on your knees, then maybe you might find that you don't need to drink as much of the liquid. Just play with it. Be your own science experiment.
And if someone has something that's like a chronic pain or an injury that just happened and they're trying to get better, is there some sort of rule where they would apply the gel so many times, or?
I would just say apply it whenever it hurts. And that's probably going to be a lot in the beginning if they have a big injury. I'm thinking of one gentleman where the doctor had referred him to me, and he had a situation where he was in so much pain that he could not sleep for more than a couple of hours at any given time for 3 years. He would just keep waking up with so much pain. And he started with 4 ounces of the Asea every day, and he was going through 1 tube every single week. And he quickly realized that he wanted 8 ounces. That was more of his sweet spot. He's 76 years old. So he upped it to that. But then after 3 months, he could sleep through the night and he didn't have pain. And so what he has found that now is just maintenance for feeling awesome all the time is he drinks 6 ounces a day, and he only goes through 1 tube a month instead of 1 tube a week. So you do what's good for your body. He's 76 years old and he started horseback riding again because he feels that good.
That's amazing. I definitely noticed it this past winter. I skied the most I had ever skied in my life, and I upped my dosage to 6 to 8 ounces a day. So that was incredible. And speaking of that, how we kind of see that growth within our being is maybe you're not always aware of like the things that you're noticing, like, but other people in your world are like, hey, you've been in a better mood, or, well, I noticed you weren't taking as many naps. Or so with this dosage comes this idea, you have a tracker, right? And it'll say mood, sleep, all those things. But also ask the people in your life, like, how am I right now? I'm going to start this new product, and then check in with them a few weeks or a month later, and then actually look back on your life as well and say, what have I been doing differently or better? I think that's a really great way to kind of see the dosage and also see what it's doing for you.
Very well said.
Yay.
Yay. Shazam.